Hey guys, this is Matt from Flick Fanatics. I'm here with
John from Flick Fanatics.
And we're just here to discuss a little bit about the brand new Star Trek film, Beyond.
Flick Fanatics.
We're going to go beyond the trailer, we're going to go beyond the movie theater experience, and we're going to talk about what we thought.
Yes.
How we felt about it, and what it could mean for the future.
Yeah.
So
I'm just going to get right into this. This is the synopsis of Star Trek Beyond. The USS Enterprise crew explores the furthest reaches of uncharted space, where they encounter a new ruthless enemy who puts them and everything the Federation stands for to the test. Very vague, very simple, but very accurate.
Very true, yeah.
It's
I like to think of this as to the roots story. It's very I don't want to say basic, but
yeah,
it is like sci-fi almost 101 in a sense that it's like exploration. We're going out, there's kind of a crisis, a little bit of survival story, and it's got a lot of characters.
Yeah, it almost feels like an episode of the show, like a very self-contained story. You don't need to see the previous two, although there's like one element.
It helps you.
There's one or two elements, like very small elements in the movie that's like, okay, you probably should have seen them, but you could just walk in and see it and have a really good time, I think.
Yeah, I did have a really good time with this movie.
Me too.
Right off the bat, it sets up the kind of tone you're in for the whole time. You kind of know what to expect at this point anyway. But I think Justin Lin kind of grabbed it at the right time. And I think what he did with it is not only good in terms of like sci-fi action, but I think he really understands these characters and
the world.
And he got like really good performances out of everyone. So going off that, it is a Star Trek film at its roots, but it does have a lot of action in it, and it is consistent with what Abrams did.
Sure,
too.
yeah.
So, and it's very evident, you know what I mean, that Abrams was a producer and was still part of this.
It like keeps the spirit of the previous two, but still pulls in, I think, more of the spirit of the show as well. So it's cool. It's a good blend. I thought the cast was great. Everybody was great in it. Everybody was like on point, and props to Simon Pegg for writing them that way too. Like he understands the show and the characters, and I mean visuals.
Oh yeah,
great.
Visuals.
Yeah.
It had. I thought pretty. I mean, you saw it in IMAX 3D. Yes. I saw it in 2D. From watching it in 2D, I thought there were some cool parts that I would have liked to see in IMAX. And I was like, ooh, I bet that looks really cool if it was on the big screen
and
with
believe
the glasses.
Me, it was.
Yeah,
there's a lot of great stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's one part in particular with a cool little vehicle of sorts with it's kind of like a little. No, that was really cool too.
That was awesome.
But I will also say there's another part too. It's with Chris Pine and some of the others there.
Oh, yes.
It was so cool, and I was like, damn, this looks like it would be so good on IMAX. But I had to sell for 2D, but that's totally okay. So, I mean, is there anything that stood out to you most, like best thing in the movie, or something that kind of might draw you back? Any real problems you kind of had with it?
So, for me, I'm just going to list off the pros that like make this movie great to me is the performances, the set design, the visuals, and the makeup, and just the overall tone was all like a really nice package. I thought it was fantastic. That's why I really enjoyed this movie. My drawbacks are some of it's surface level, like it's very like light, for a lot of it, and there's some cool emotional beats, but I kind of wanted a little bit more of emotional beats. We were talking about like Into Darkness had some great stuff, and they hint at it in this movie, but I kind of wanted more. And it's not a bad thing.
Right.
It's just a different story that they told. And then the bad guy, I did like, but I did not like him until the third act.
Right.
And that's not a problem either, but it's like for 2 acts I was kind of like, kind of like not hating it, but not like loving it.
Right. Okay. I wanted to go into that a little bit just because
Idris Elba's acting is great. Right. And his design, his makeup, it's all on point.
Okay.
I just didn't like his motives until they revealed it, but then even then, after they revealed it, it kind of
The thing,
it's weird.
The thing for me is, I sort of think he's kind of like the perfect Star Trek villain. One, because this race that he is has not been a thing.
Right. It's hidden.
And the makeup, like you said, and the costume work, you can tell this thing probably took a little bit of time to put on.
He probably sat down for a good 3 to 4 hours.
I mean, yeah, and Alexis was telling me they probably had a couple pieces, silicone and all this. Yeah, and so, but I will say, I think that they kind of developed the villain the right way, because they introduce him as this guy that wants something. You don't really know why he wants it, but you can assume it's for negative violence, yada, yada, yada. Second act develops him a little more, where you kind of get an understanding of, like, okay, well, he clearly has a reason, or something he's clearly against.
Third act,
and then the third act, it really comes to fruition, but there's also some really clever kind of writing approaches as to how there's these big reveals with what the villain has and what they're going to pull off. And so I think, like, in the end, it, for me, worked big time.
Right.
And my only issue with this movie really was just some little tidbits of exposition, a little too much sometimes.
A little bit. And then another one tiny nitpick, this is a nitpick, was cinematography was great, but in some instances it was kind of like jarring. A lot of like swooping motions, and in IMAX 3D it kind of made me a little dizzy. And I never get dizzy.
Right.
And I see a lot of IMAX 3D movies, like big, full circle, 180, like kind of like jarring. But then it kind of like, it was in the beginning, and then but there's some great action shots and some great camera work.
Justin Lin gets it.
He gets it.
Like he's a great director. But I kind of want to finish up.
Wrap it up.
Yeah, big last thing I would say is great sound design. There's some really cool music choices in this too, and that incorporate it into the action.
Oh yeah,
and it's great.
Diegetic.
And specifically, the character of J-Lo was like really refreshing, like new thing
I really
to
liked
add.
her.
You know, like
she
was cool and like badass cool makeup too, but I mean overall, like I might not have had as many gripes as you, but I would honestly probably go A- on this movie, maybe a solid A.
And I would go B+. Like, I'm not saying, even despite those flaws, it's not whatever.
Right.
It's a great movie, definitely worth checking out. I think people should, even if you didn't see the other two. And for the future, I hope there's more. I have no idea. Right. Every Star Trek movie ends, or the new ones end open-ended. So we can maybe see more. There's a TV in the works, TV show in the works.
Star Trek Discovery.
So we don't know what's going to happen. Guys, go see it. Let's hope we get more, because they got something good here, and they could keep it going. Yeah,
it's my favorite of the new trilogy. I like the Abrams ones too, but I think that this one just kind of expanded just a little farther and really captured some like amazing moments. With especially Anton, who's going to be hugely missed, not only in the Star Trek stuff, but I mean, in Hollywood, he was a huge rising talent, so it's a shame.
But, So, guys, thank you for watching. Check us out on social media. It's on the screen. And check out our other recent videos we're uploading, Dragon Boy and Secret Life of... Or, not Secret Life. Day in the Life of Rick Danger. It's a secret to many. But thanks for watching, and, we'll see you guys next time.
See ya.